Hello, students. Uh, Good morning and welcome in this session of topic compound interest for class 8. So, actually, before this, you have already read under commercial maths simple interest, where you have calculated simple interest by using the formula P into R into T by 100, and you are well aware that the money which we borrow from a bank or from a member of society, that money is called principal, symbolized by P, and there is a rate of interest to pay the borrower after a defined time of agreement, whether it is after 1 year or after 2 years. So there is time also. So in this way, we have the information of P, R, R means rate of interest, which is generally given in percent per annum, and T. So we can put P into R into T by 100, we get the answer of interest, that how much interest we have to pay for the borrowed money for said period. Here one thing more is, since rate is given in percent per annum, so time is also in year. Okay, students, so you have done this. Now we will learn compound interest. Actually, what happens, the money lender or any institution which lend money to the borrower, they just have a tendency to take more and more interest. So in place of simple interest, they used to take compound interest, which is actually, in other words, it is the interest of interest. Because what happens in this process, actually for first year, the simple interest which comes is added to the principal, and it is now amount for the first year. So at the end of first year, we have amount. Now for the second year, what they do, they use this amount as principal for the calculation of interest for second year. So quite natural, in the second year interest will be more in comparison to first year, because principal already increased, as you have seen that here for the second year principal is, what is the amount after first year. So quite natural, amount will be greater than the original principal. So now principal increases, hence interest also increases. So actually what they did, they have added the interest of first year and made it as principal, and then again interest is calculated. So we can say that it is the interest of interest. Again, what happens in the second year, what interest comes, that is again added to the principal of that year to make it amount, and this amount of second year will now act as principal for third year. So in this way, when we calculate interest, making each amount of preceding year as principal for next year, such interest is called compound interest. So here it is defined as, in the introduction you see, its other name is interest of interest. So when interest is calculated by taking amount of last year as principal for next year, then it is called, such interest is called compound interest. So better we will take one example here. See, one question is, find compound interest and amount for rupees 5,000 for 2 years at the rate of 10% per annum if interest is calculated annually. Okay, so you can now write the data, what is called the structure of the question. So what things are given here? You see, interest is to be calculated on money rupees 5,000. That means principal is here 5,000 at the rate of 10% per annum, means annually we have to pay 10% interest. So it is the rate of interest which is R. So R is equal to 10% per annum, and interest we have to pay for 2 years. So time is 2 years. Now according to question, what we have to find? We have to find compound interest as well as amount. So what we do, we just use the formula for simple interest, and although in question time is 2 years, but we will calculate interest year wise. So for first year we write the data that principal is 5,000, rate is 10% per annum, and time is 1 year because we are calculating interest for first year. So using simple interest formula, P into R into T by 100, it comes rupees 500, you see. So interest for first year comes rupees 500. Now we will make amount at the end of first year. How? Just adding this interest to the principal. So amount after at the end of first year, that is after first year, so P plus SI, principal plus simple interest, so it gives rupees 5,500. Now you see student, original principal is rupees 5,000, but here this amount on adding the simple interest for first year, amount comes 5,500. So it increased from 5,000, now it is 5,500, and this amount will act as principal for next year, for second year. So here now we will calculate the interest for second year taking this amount as principal. So now principal is rupees 5,500, rate is same, that is 10% per annum, and time is again 1 year because it is for second year. So using the formula again, simple interest equal to P into R into T by 100. So it comes rupees 550. You see the difference. For the first year interest was 500 only. Now for second year the interest comes 550 rupees. So there is an increase of 50 rupees for money lender. And if this happens in simple interest, then you know in simple interest every year interest comes, that is fixed, because principal is also fixed, but here principal changes. So that's why now we will add these two interest for both the years, then it comes 1,050. So now this is called compound interest, because interest has been calculated by taking the amount of last year as principal for next year. So in this way what interest we calculate is called actually compound interest, although we have calculated using the formula of simple interest. But since principal changes, principal increases every year as it is the amount of previous year, that's why such interest is called compound interest. So in this way we have seen that rupees 5,000, for rupees 5,000 at the rate of 10% per annum, the interest, compound interest for 2 years we have to pay 1,050. Now what will be the amount? Amount will be equal to principal plus compound interest. So principal actually is 5,000, means what amount we have taken as loan, that was 5,000, sorry, 500, not 500, it is 5,000. We have already taken the loan, and now we will pay extra money as compound interest, rupees 1050. So both we have to repay back. So altogether it is rupees 6050. So amount is 6050. If this question was related to simple interest, and if we have to find only simple interest and amount, then it would be what, rupees 5000 for first year, again rupees 500 for first year, again for second year it is 500. So altogether interest we have to pay 1000 and amount will be 5000 plus 1000, that is 6000. So in lieu of 6000, now money lender is in a gain of rupees 50. So in this way, what actually happens in taking the compound interest in place of simple interest, money holder is the gainer of extra money and we borrower are loser, because we will pay more interest in comparison to simple interest. So this is all about the introduction of compound interest. I hope that you are well clear now. Now we will see that the same work we can do using formula. So here it is the same page. So we will open, just a minute, we will open the next page. Yeah. So we will see the same question now, but using formula. And what we have observed, that was year wise calculation of finding compound interest using formula of simple interest. Now we will use the formula for compound interest and we will find direct the compound interest for 2 years. So here the question is again the same, that we have to find compound interest and amount for rupees 5000 at the rate of 10% per annum for 2 years. So for this you will recall one formula, that is actually the formula for amount. So by using this formula, first we will get the amount. Amount means, principal plus extra money, that is compound interest. And then after calculation of amount, what we will do, from this amount we will do the subtraction of principal borrowed, that is amount minus principal. Then we will be able to see that what extra money we have to pay in the form of compound interest. So after calculation of amount, we will subtract principal from this amount, then we have compound interest. So another formula is compound interest equal to A minus P. Okay, and what is the formula of amount? Amount is equal to principal into, inside bracket, 1 plus R by 100 raised power n, where n is the time. Now we have already principal equal to 5000, rate 10% per annum, time 2 years. So we will put this in the formula of amount. So here first we will write the formula, amount equal to principal 1 plus R by 100 raised power n. So putting these values and going through simplification, we have got direct amount equal to 6050 rupees. It means we have borrowed rupees 5000 as loan, but we will pay after 2 years how much amount? Rupees 6050. It means extra we have paid how much? That is called compound interest. So what we will do now? Now we will use the formula compound interest equal to A minus P, which gives us 1050, as it was in the year wise calculation, where we have seen that compound interest for this question was rupees 1050 here also, and amount was rupees 6050 here also. Okay, now we will discuss another situation, and that situation is when one more thing is written in the question, that is actually one condition, and condition is when the interest is compounded semi-annually, that is half yearly. When you will see that in the question it is written that find compound interest and amount for rupees this at the rate of this for this years, when the interest is compounded half yearly or semi-annually. Here what actually happens, here one new condition has been given in the question, that calculation of interest will be done after each 6 months, that is on a half yearly basis. So now we will take one question, then it will be better to discuss. Here one question is find amount and compound interest for rupees 10,000 at the rate of 8% per annum for 1 year if interest is compounded half yearly. So this is the line. So this will make some changes in our answering. So let us see what changes it brings. So here we will write the structure of question, that is principal is rupees 10,000, rate is 8% per annum. You see it is per annum means per year, and time is 1 year. Okay, it is given, these are given. Now since the condition is given that interest is compounded half yearly, that is on half yearly basis, so rate is given annually and interest is calculated half yearly. So how it is possible? Taking the rate of per annum, taking the rate yearly, how can we calculate interest half yearly? So this indicates that we must have a rate on half yearly basis. So what actually we will do, we will change the given rate on half yearly basis, as this rate is for a year, for a complete year. So just half of this rate will be for half year. So we will divide this rate by 2 to make it half for half yearly compounded. So new rate will be 8 by 2, that is 4% per half year. Now this rate is for half year. Again one thing more we have to make the change, that is time is given here year, in year. In question the time is given in year, but the condition is compounded half year. So time should be also in half year. So you know in a year there are 2 half year. So we have a new time, new value for n, that will be 1 into 2 to make it half year. So orally you can also tell that in 1 year there are 2 half year. So multiplying by 2, the year will be changed into half year. So now time is 2 half year and rate is 4% per half year. Formula we will use the same for amount, equal to principal 1 plus r by 100 to the power n, and putting all these values we got here amount equal to 10,816. Okay, so in this way we have to repay back the borrowed amount was rupees 10,000, but we have to pay rupees 10,816. This extra amount is due to compound interest, and interest is calculated on half year basis. Now how much compound interest we have paid, that can be calculated by a minus p. So rupees 816 we are paying for compound interest. So this is the way when you will see that in question it is given that interest is compounded half yearly, then you will change the two things. Remember, one is rate, you have to make it in a half year basis, and another is time, which is given in year. You have to change it in half year. Okay, now we will see one more type, that is when. So see here, what is written here, you see this page, that the same work as we have seen in the case of what, compounded half yearly. So what we have done there, we have changed two information, rate and time. Here one alternate method is given, that without changing rate and time, you can calculate the amount and compound interest for the same condition when interest is compounded half yearly. How? Just using a slight change in the formula. And now the formula is the changed formula. You remember, and listen carefully. I am telling now one formula for that condition where it is written that interest is compounded half yearly. At the time, if you don't follow that method which we have discussed now, then in place of that you can use this method also. So don't change the information, now change the formula. So formula is amount equal to principal into r by 200 raised power 2n. Now you put the information given. Informations are P equal to 10,000, rate equal to 8% per annum, time equal to 1 year. Now if you put all these information in this new formula, you will get the same answer. And this formula, just memorize this, amount equal to principal into 1 plus r by 200 raised power 2n. Here you don't have to change the information. Here the rate will be in the percent per annum, time will be in year, keeping these information as such. If you put in this formula and calculate, you will get the amount and compound interest in the condition when interest is compounded half yearly. Okay, student. So this is you can verify taking the same example whether answer comes or not. Now the another condition is when it is written in the question that interest is compounded quarterly, means we have to find amount and compound interest for a given money which we are borrowing, when the condition is there, interest is compounded after each 3 months, that is called quarterly. So the same process you will follow. What you have done there, you have changed the rate and time. As the condition was half yearly compounded, you have made your rate half year, you have made your time in half year. Here the condition is interest is compounded quarterly. It means we have to change our rate and have to bring in quarter, and time also we have to change in quarter. Now take one example. Find the compound interest and amount for rupees 10,000 at the rate 8% per annum for 9 months. Here you see. So what things are given? Given principal equal to 10,000, rate equal to 8% per annum, and time equal to 9 months. So these are given. Now condition is given that interest is compounded quarterly. then what we will do? We will change our rate and time. So now see, new rate is equal to 8 by 4. So here you will divide rate by 4 because you are calculating for 1/4, that is 1/4 of year. So here rate will be divided by 4. Just remember, when interest was compounded half yearly, you have divided the rate by 2 to make half. Here to make quarter, you have to divide the rate by 4. So it will be 2% per quarter. Now another change in time, that is in N. Since time is given 9 months and a condition is quarterly compounded. Quarterly means for each 3 months. So if you divide this 9 month into each 3 month, then you have 3 months, that is 3 quarter. You may say 3 month is called 1 quarter. So question is 9 month. It means for first 3 month 1 quarter, next 3 month 1 quarter, and again for next 3 month 1 quarter. It means time is here 3 quarter. Okay, here how it is done? So 9 month has been divided by 3. So when you divide months by 3, it will be in quarter. So now nothing to worry. You have now new rate, new time, and the formula is same. Amount equal to principal 1 plus r by 100 raised power n. Put these values and go through calculation. You will get amount equal to 10,612.08. And again for compound interest, what you will do? Amount minus principal, that is rupees 612.08. So in this way the case of compounded quarterly is solved. Now again, as we have discussed the compounded half yearly, and then we have searched what? An alternate method, just changing the formula but not changing the information. Similarly here also, if you don't want to change these, then you change the formula. So changed formula for quarterly compounded will be amount equal to principal into 1 plus r by 400 raised power 4n, where n is in year. That is, the given time in the question should be in year. If it is not given, as here it is 9 months, you change it into year by dividing it by 12. So if you take here information, principal equal to 10,000, rate equal to 8% per annum, and time equal to 9 by 12, that is 3 by 4, and putting these information in this changed formula, you will get the same amount. You can verify. I suggest you to verify this formula, so whether answer comes same or not. Now since this topic is very long, so now we will see some other cases. So here one case is when the question contains depreciating rate. So what is depreciation? Depreciation means to reduce, to become less, किसी चीज़ का कम होना. So this question is also related to our day-to-day life situation. Suppose you have purchased a bike for rupees 50,000 today, and if it is said that as the bike becomes old and old, its price will be depreciating each year by certain rate, say by 10% per annum. Quite natural. After 1 year, after 2 years, its price will not be 50,000, it will go down. So what will be the price of bike after 2 years? So this is our question. So here a motorbike is bought for rupees 50,000. If the rate, if its price depreciates at the rate of 10% per annum, then find the price of bike after 2 years. So here what actually we first write the information. The present price of bike is rupees 50,000. It is P. So it will be P. Now rate is 10% per annum, but it is depreciating rate, that is minus 10%. So you can write either minus 10% or simply you write 10% per annum, but in bracket you indicate that it is depreciating rate and time is 2 years. Due to rate being minus, so formula will get slight changed. Now the formula is amount equal to principal into 1 minus r by 100 raised power n. So everything is same, only the inside the bracket in the place of plus, here it will be minus, and this minus is due to depreciating rate. So now put this principal equal to 50,000, 1 minus 10 by 100 raised power 2, and finally you will get amount, that is rupees 40,500. So this will be the price of bike after 2 years, the reduced price. And now you can calculate how much price gone less of the bike during 2 years. So just subtracting from 50,000 to this 40,500, you will get 9,500. It means the price of bike is now reduced after 2 years by 9,500, and price of bike becomes 40,500. So this is the case which is called depreciating rate related question of compound interest. Now something we will see more, and let us see here. Sometimes what happens in a question, suppose you have invested some amount, say 5 lakhs, in doing a business, and your business during first 3 years faced many ups and downs. Ups and down means in the first year you have got 10% profit, while in the second year you have got 5% loss. In the third year again you have got 15% loss, and it is now asked that after 3 years, if you want to know that what is your present status of capital, आपकी पूंजी अब कितनी है 3 साल के बाद. So in such type of questions where successive rates are given, successive rates means कि 2 साल 3 साल हमारा बिजनेस चला और प्रत्येक साल का रेट दिया हुआ है, लगातार सालों का रेट दिया हुआ है. तो ऐसे सवाल को बनाने के लिए हम लोग फार्मूला यूज़ करते हैं, अमाउंट इक्वल टू प्रिंसिपल इनटू ब्रैकेट में 1 प्लस R1 बाय 100, R1 हो जाएगा पहले साल का रेट, इनटू दूसरा ब्रैकेट 1 प्लस R2 बाय 100, R2 हो जाएगा दूसरे साल का रेट, इंटू 1 प्लस R3 बाय 100, R3 हो जाएगा तीसरे साल का रेट. और सर n हर जगह एक एक साल है, इसलिए लिखा नहीं गया है, क्योंकि एक पावर होने से कोई अंतर नहीं पड़ेगा. तो इस तरह से फार्मूला हो गया अमाउंट इक्वल टू प्रिंसिपल इंटू 1 प्लस R1 बाय 100 इंटू 1 प्लस R2 बाय 100 इंटू 1 प्लस R3 बाय 100. इस तरह से ये फार्मूला चलेगा. जितने साल आपके क्वेश्चन में रहेंगे उतनी ब्रैकेट होंगे. और एक चीज़ है कि जिस साल प्रॉफिट होगा उस साल ब्रैकेट के अंदर प्लस होगा, और जिस साल लॉस होगा उस साल ब्रैकेट में माइनस होगा. इसीलिए यहाँ फॉर्मूले में आप देखिए कि प्लस माइनस दोनों लिख दिया गया है, मतलब जैसा क्वेश्चन का सिचुएशन रहेगा वैसा साइन आपको लेना है। ठीक है, तो ये एक सवाल है, आप खुद से इसको बनाएंगे। इस तरह का सवाल लेकर मैं बोल देता हूँ कि आपने 5 लाख पूंजी डालकर एक बिजनेस शुरू किया। पहले साल में आपको 10% का प्रॉफिट हुआ, दूसरे साल में 5% का लॉस हुआ, तीसरे साल में फिर आपको 10% का लॉस हुआ। तो 3 साल के बाद आपकी पूंजी कितनी है ये बताएं। ये एक सवाल मैंने बोल दिया, आप इस पर जांच करके बनाएंगे। अब है एक और सवाल हम लोग बात करेंगे कि यदि एक ही साल की बात हो और एक साल में 2 चीज़ों का रेट दिया रहे। 2 चीज़ का रेट मतलब, 2 चीज़ का रेट का मतलब है कि जैसे डेथ का भी रेट है और बर्थ का भी रेट है। सपोज कीजिए पॉपुलेशन से जुड़ा कोई सवाल है जो हमारे डे टू डे लाइफ सिचुएशन से संबंधित है कि किसी जगह का पॉपुलेशन 50,000 है, यदि बर्थ होने का रेट 5% हो और डेथ होने का रेट 3% पर एनम हो, तो बताएं एक साल के बाद पॉपुलेशन क्या होगा। तो ऐसे सवालों में क्या करेंगे हम लोग कि एक ही साल का 2 चीज़ों का रेट दिया हुआ है, बर्थ का भी और डेथ का भी। तो ऐसे सवाल को बनाने के लिए प्रेजेंट पॉपुलेशन को तो हम लोग पी मानेंगे ही, और दोनों रेट में जो बड़ा है उसमें छोटा को घटा के एक नेट रेट बना लेंगे। जैसे मान लीजिए 5% और 2% है या 3% है। जैसे यहाँ जो सवाल लिया गया है उसमें देखिए आप, प्रेजेंट पॉपुलेशन किसी जगह का 40,000 है और उसको दिखाया है कि 2020 का ये पॉपुलेशन है। बर्थ रेट 5% पर एनम है, सॉरी डेथ रेट 5% पर एनम है, बर्थ रेट 3% पर एनम है। तो आपको बताना है कि 2022 में ये पॉपुलेशन कितना हो जाएगा। तो यानी 2 साल बाद ये पॉपुलेशन इस जगह का कितना होगा। तो यहाँ पर क्या करेंगे हम लोग कि प्रिंसिपल तो 40,000 रखेंगे, इस डेथ रेट और बर्थ रेट में माइनस करके उसका डिफरेंस ले लेंगे, तो वो 5 - 3 यानी 2% होगा। और वो 2% किसका होगा ज़्यादा, तो चूँकि डेथ रेट ज़्यादा है तो 2% डेथ होगा। इसका मतलब पॉपुलेशन घटेगा, और घटेगा तो फॉर्मूला में माइनस होगा, A = P 1 - R/100 रेज्ड पावर n। और आप सब चीज़ बैठा के निकाल लें। क्वाइट नेचुरल, जब पॉपुलेशन घटेगा तो आंसर आपका 40,000 से कम आएगा। यदि हम अभी यहाँ पर दोनों रेट को फिर रिवर्स कर दें, बर्थ रेट को ज़्यादा कर दें, डेथ रेट को कम कर दें, तो नेट रेट तो माइनस करके निकलेगा, लेकिन पॉपुलेशन तब बढ़ने लगेगा क्योंकि बर्थ रेट ज़्यादा है। तो उस समय फॉर्मूला में प्लस ले लेंगे। मैं समझता हूँ कि ये काम आप खुद करके देखेंगे। इसके बाद एक पेज होगा जिसमें आपको एक आध सवाल दिया हुआ रहेगा आपके प्रैक्टिस के लिए। मैं देखता हूँ ये है कि नहीं है। द पॉपुलेशन, हाँ ये यहाँ पर है। उस सवाल को बनाया भी गया है, जिस सवाल की बात हम कर रहे थे वो बनाया भी गया है। और एक सवाल यहाँ पर दिया हुआ है कि पॉपुलेशन ऑफ ए प्लेस इन द ईयर 2020 is 50,000. If the population increases at the rate of 5% per annum, then find the population of that place in the year 2018 and 2022. So this work you will do. Okay, thank you for watching. यदि आपको लगे कि ये वीडियो काफ़ी सहायक है, इस एक थोड़ा सा टफ तो है क्योंकि इसमें कैलकुलेशन वर्क बहुत है और सवाल भी बहुत अलग अलग तरह के होते हैं, तो आपको ये काफ़ी सहायता करेगा। मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ कि बहुत सारे सवाल आप बना लेंगे किताब की। सो इसलिए आप इसको लाइक ज़रूर करें, शेयर करें और दोस्तों के साथ और सब्सक्राइब अवश्य कर दें। थैंक यू। फिर हम लोग मिलते हैं दूसरे